Let's go, Vol Nation. The season isn't over, but man, the path to the playoff is a lot harder now. We start off with what was to me the story of this game, which was the red team was more physical than the orange one. And basically, your offensive line was just overpowered. You know, the one thing that this really spread out Tennessee attack requires is that your offensive line just can't get beat quickly. Okay, and that's pretty much what happens here. The left guard looks like he gets stepped on, or I'm not even sure if he got stepped on here. 42 just absolutely mauls 75. You guys let me know who 75 is, the left guard. And he's right in Aguilar's lap, okay? And the thing is, if a speed rush beats you from around the corner, a quarterback can step up into a pocket. But if 42 is beating closer to the inside and is actually bull rushing the quarterback into his lap, you see here Aguilar can't really step to the left because there's a 300-pound human being here. You can't step to the right because, well, the rusher, you would just step right into the rusher. So all you really could do is just back up and just eat a sack, right? And when you back up and eat this sack, it goes for even more yardage backwards, if you will. So 3rd and 8, and normally it's going to be a bad night for you offensively when your first downs look like this. Now, this is really, really, really impressive, but the level of difficulty here is ridiculous. Now, it starts off with the pass protection. This gets passed off really well from Lance Hurd. He gets the spin move inside, and he passes it off to the guard, and then he gets over to the twister. Okay, so Aguilar has a somewhat decent pocket. He shimmies over here to the left, resets. Once again, the footwork here isn't the best, but in this type of game, you're going to have to step up and make plays when things aren't perfect. And look at that throw while backing up with some long arms right in his face. Boom. Hits Chris Brazzell, and it's enough for a first down. Well, guess what? Tennessee's able to go quick. And this is the benefit of going quick. You get a 3-on-3 right here. And you get the extra benefit that there is a blitz coming from the direction you want to throw. And that's just a very difficult ask, switching all of this off. Really good stuff right here from Joey Aguilar. And it's an easy completion to the good tight end, Mr. Miles Kitselman. Okay, I have been nothing but complimentary to Lance Hurd, but man, he struggles on the road, and when he goes up against guys that will play in the NFL, you know this from the the Landon Jackson game versus Arkansas, and then you have the Yanzi Pierre game. I know I'm butchering his first name. It's really late. And there's just not really a lot that Joey Aguilar can do with that when Lance Hurd's getting beat that bad. This entire operation was just sloppy from Tennessee as well offensively. You could see you have an answer to this blitz on a shallow drag over the middle, but Mike Matthews trips on Kitselman. So this could have been thrown potentially, but even then, the pressure is just so immense. And if you're Aguilar here, maybe there is one way out of it by just throwing this up. But basically, you're running two verticals over here. So I guess in this spot, you do just need to eat the sack. It knocks you well out of field goal range, and you can't go for it. Ugh. Now, this is what the Tennessee offense is. Heavy play action, cram everybody inside here, and throw deep outs. Throw deep stuff. Throw deep comebacks, right? If they're going to play off, you just want to work this space. Good stuff from Joey Aguilar. This ball was thrown relatively early, if you ask me. Easy pitch and catch right here to Mike Matthews. And once again, the middle of this Tennessee offensive line in particular had a brutal day. You get a lot of A-gap pressure. It doesn't bother Joey Aguilar. He's still able to throw this football between two zone defenders. Look at where this ball is put to Staley. It hits him so in stride that the safety Hubbard is falling down, And you would like to see Staley score. It's a good touchdown-saving tackle right there. We get to this critical 3rd and goal. This obviously was Joey Aguilar's best series of downs. So far, the defense playing well, holding Ty Simpson to only 7 points. This protection was really good by Tennessee, and you find Staley in the back of the end zone. Alrighty, the second biggest play of the game. We can get into how you beat the Tennessee offense. You Vol fans already know. When you spread them out, you can beat them if you could just whip them up front, in particular with bull rushes, okay? You have an answer to this right here to Kitzelman. This just needs to be thrown to live to fight another down. There's no need to try the deep stuff. And I understand on 2nd and 19, you're trying to get all the yards. But, man, this is picking up a lot right here. So it doesn't help that your offensive tackles are getting walked back. Things are moving really fast. You're on the road. And, well, now you're going negative. And the thing is, when you're going up against a bull rush in particular, all this guy needs to do is disengage. You can't really step up because there's pressure right here. And then once you step this way, it's a little bit different than a different type of rush. This guy can just disengage and make the play. Okay? Aguilar kind of trips on his own feet. And this is a safety that did not need to happen. So now it looks as if Tennessee has a new right tackle into the game. And guess what? It's more of the same. Now here's the thing. It wasn't as bad of a bull rush where you actually walk the tackle right back into the lap. Because it wasn't, this was a good reset to allow Joey Aguilar to step up. 2 hands on the ball. Once again, when you're on the road, your studs are going to fail you from time to time. He slips just a little bit there, but it's still enough for Joey to step up into the pocket and get after it with his legs to move the chain. So really, really, really good stuff right here by Joey to pick up this first down. And he actually didn't pick it up. I forgot about this. Man, risky decision there. Be the play that defines Tennessee's season, unfortunately. Remind you a lot of the Trevon Diggs 2019 fumble recovery. Oh, man. Play action fake. You're running the John Gruden special. Spider 2Y banana. And once again, it's these Alabama rushers. They're always so active. You can see Lawson has a really good jump off this football. And his hands get in the way here. And there's just a lot of traffic, right? You have Lawson here. You have 42 here at the other end, who's had a big game. And then it gets picked off right there by 2. And it is a 99-yard pick six. All right, plenty of time left. 2nd and 3. Play action fake. And you get this football up and down to Staley. Really, really, really good stuff. The play action, of course, gives Tennessee a little bit more time. Boom. Really, really, really good stuff right there. And you're able to pick up the first down. My goodness gracious. How about DeSean Bishop rising to the occasion? 3-man front with a softer 3-man box. You'll love to see it, okay? You bring that defensive end over the DT here. So you zone block it to the right. You get a little help from the defense knowing that they are actually slanting to the right here. So that helps out with this run. It gives you an extra hat to this side. And all you got to do is seal. 75, who had a tough game, is able to get the big block here. And because he sealed it off so well, this cuts off 42 from trying to catch this from the backside. Boom. What a great block right there from 75. And then this is just a nasty cutback right here by Bishop. A bad angle from Sab number 3. And now Bishop has to take care of the rest. And honestly, there was a lot of work for him to do. He makes a bold decision to cut this back on 5. And he does so very smoothly. You know, one thing I like about his cuts, there's not really a whole lot of wasted movement. And he's able to glide into the end zone. Wow. Okay, 2-point conversion. Obviously, everything gets sped up here. One thing I don't like is the decision to actually go for 2. I understand why you are going for 2. You're trying to really cut into this and make it a one-possession game. But when it's this early in the third quarter and you know that there's probably going to be more scoring in this game, I understand cutting it to one possession, but I would like to think, knowing that I am such a good offense, that I'm going to score at least 2 more times. So it's tough for me to get behind going for 2 here. They are running a high-low concept to this side, which is always very difficult in the spot with the corner being right here, playing both of these routes really well. And, well, Joey Aguilar says, F it, I'm going to try and get that football into the corner of the end zone. And it is very much covered by the corner, who once again played both the high and the low there pretty well. Aguilar off his landmark again by 42. This is just a nasty inside move on Lance Hurd. Lance does a good job of recovering, and obviously Aguilar does a good job of helping him out. And guess what? A lot of the completions from Tennessee in this game were just Aguilar buying time and just finding guys open on the scramble drill or just on in-breakers. Really good catch right there for Mike Matthews, and it's enough for a first down. So where I think Aguilar really grew in this game is that Alabama's defense did a really good job of doing stuff like this, where pre-snap, it looks like this corner is somewhat deep, and then at the snap, he's very deep, right? And they didn't just do this. They did quite a few different things on the back end. This was one of Womack's better games. It always helps when you're getting a lot of pressure just with 4 up front and you can play coverage on the back end. And this time, once again, Hurd getting beat to the inside. So now Aguilar is able to reset. It's not the worst from Hurd. And he resets. He can't throw the moon balls. So he finds pockets of space to work with. Boom. That's a really difficult throw on the run. Wow. So what do I make of this Joey Aguilar game? So I didn't go too deep into this breakdown because, man, I really was on Alabama this game. After watching Tennessee as closely as I did and knowing how high I am right now on Ty Simpson, I actually went relatively in on Alabama at home in a revenge spot from last year's game. This is, to me, the best team in the country outside of Ohio State, and you saw why. They are just a better football team than you. In the trenches in particular, they just won the game there. So much pressure given up, and don't worry, Tennessee fans, I've been doing Ty Simpson breakdown, so we'll do a Tennessee defensive breakdown as well. But, you know, as far as Aguilar is concerned, yes, the protection was bad, but you saw some of the Appalachian State stuff where if you speed him up, he is going to make bad decisions. Or if you get some early pressure, he himself speeds himself up even when he doesn't need to be as sped up as he needs to be, if that makes sense. So, tough game for Joey Aguilar, who mostly has been really good for the Vols this season. So comment below, Tennessee fans. Let me take a look at my old fancy smanchy schedule. It's 6 in the morning on no sleep, me cutting this. You're on the road at Kentucky next week. Always gets weird in Lexington, so you guys let me know what you think about that one, okay? It is Power Hour SEC. Boom! Tonight we are doing chicken wings. Let's go.